Hello. I hope everyone is doing well. You can see Elmer's here too. He says hello. I'd like to start with a brief seated meditation. So if you have blocks or you have a blanket or you even have a pillow, just take it and prop it underneath you. Just hold one moment. All right, so find a comfortable seat. Sorry about that. Find a comfortable seat, and you can just bring your hands to your thighs, or you can bring a hand to your heart and a hand to your belly. And just bring your eyes to close, whatever position is most comfortable. And just take a moment to notice what you're experiencing. To just observe your body and to observe your breath. I feel like many of us are only really in day 3 of quarantining or just staying home to be safe. And even if you are still going to your job, I assume all you're doing is going from home to work and back home. And even that can just cause us to get a little stir crazy. I know I personally am going stir crazy, and it's only day 3. So thank you for allowing me to bring you some live yoga classes. And even if you're not live with me and you're doing this at a later time, thank you for the support and for everyone just being part of this community and helping us to all stay connected in times where we're not physically able to see each other. So take a couple deep breaths in through your nose and out your mouth. And just do that again. Breathe in and out. Deep breath in. And exhale. And bring your hands to your heart center. And take this moment to set an intention for your practice tonight. And once your intention is set, also think of one thing that you're grateful for right now, right in this moment. And just repeat that to yourself a couple times. And just gradually begin to deepen your breath in and out of your nose. And make your way to your hands and your knees. And just stack your shoulders right over your wrists, hips right over your knees, and just begin to move your spine. So you can take some cat-cows, so drop your belly, take your gaze up, and exhale, round your back, pull your belly button into your spine, gaze towards your navel. You can also circle your hips. You can just shift your weight forward and back. And just see what feels good. See what you connect to. One breath at a time. Just breathing in and out of your nose. Work to connect with your body. Work to connect with your mind. And to just be in this moment on your mat. It's really easy for us to get distracted and to get pulled out of our routines. But now is really an opportunity for you to work that connection with yourself, because all it's going to do is make all of your other connections and relationships that much better. Let's find downward facing dog. Curl your toes under, press your hips back, downward facing dog. Head falls. And just pedal your legs out. Bend one knee as you straighten the opposite leg and press the opposite heel down towards your mat. Feel your fingers spread nice and wide, and then plug into your fingertips. Root down into your fingertips. Extend your hips back. Press them both back. Feel inner thighs spiral back as your hips lift higher. Inhale, forward high plank. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Shoulders, hips, and heels all in one line. Gazes past the front edge of your mat. Pull the pit of your belly button in towards your spine. And keep your legs strong. 3 deep breaths in and out. Deep breath in. Tip forward onto your toes. Lower your knees. And then lower your chest and your chin all the way down to your mat. All the way down. Press into your hands. Slight lift in your chest for baby cobra. Feel your back muscles squeeze in and the tops of your feet press down. Your kneecaps lift up off the mat. Breathe in and release forehead down to your mat. And let's do another baby cobra. Press down into your feet, press into your hands, find a slight lift. Ribs hover over your mat and release. One more. Press down, lift your chest up. Breathe in, find length, lift, and release. Child's pose, press back. Big toes together, knees open wide, hips press back to your heels. And just let your forehead rest on your mat as your arms straighten out in front of you. Breathe in and breathe out. And just remember that anytime you need a little bit of rest or a break, you can come back to your child's pose. 5 more breaths. And downward facing dog. Press your hips back, let your head fall. Step your feet together, reach your right leg up into the air. Bend your knee and just open up your hips. Separate your inner thighs, lift your knee high, lift your left heel higher. As high as they'll go, find that separation between your thighs. Press your right foot over to the left, breathe in. Exhale, breathe out, right knee to left tricep. And lift back up. 3-legged dog. Right knee to right tricep. And inhale, lift up. Exhale, knee to your nose. And gently plant your foot between your hands. Lower your left knee down to your mat. Grab your blocks if you need them. I'll be using mine. And inhale, straighten out your right leg. Fan your toes back. And then shift forward back into a low lunge. Hips draw down. Right foot plants. And straighten again. And sink into your lunge. So just slower movements. And again, straighten. And shift forward into your lunge. Now reach your arms high. Reach them up. Interlace your hands behind your head, elbows open wide. Push your head into your hands as you lift your chest up, elbows open wide. And pull your left hip forward. And release your hands down to your mat or your block. Straighten out your leg. Toes fan back. Pull your right hip back and fold over your leg. Just let your head draw down. Couple deep breaths in and out. Getting into some of these tighter areas of the body. Especially if you find you're sitting a lot through the day now that you're at home. Any movement will become good movement. And shift forward. You can put your left hand down on your mat or your block and twist, right arm lifts. Reach up, pull your right ribs away from your right inner thigh. And release your hand down. Curl your back toes under. Step your right foot back, high plank. Tip forward onto your toes. Option to lower your knees or just lower your whole body halfway or all the way down. Inhale, upward facing dog, or you can take your baby cobra. Downward facing dog. Let your head drop, couple deep breaths. Breathe in. And breathe out. All right, left leg lifts. Foot's nice and awake. Bend your knee, open up your hip. Separate your inner thighs and lift your right heel high. Shoulders engage. And just press your left foot over to the right. One breath at a time. And exhale, bring your left knee to your right tricep. Just make contact. And lift up. Left knee to your left tricep. Make contact. And lift up. Knee to your nose. And plant your foot down. Lower your right knee. And either grab your blocks or hands just frame your foot. And straighten out your leg. Fold over it. And then shift forward back into a nice deep low lunge. And straighten and fold. So just working to lubricate your joints. And again, shift forward, sink down. And again. One more time, sink forward. And now reach both arms up toward the ceiling. Interlace your hands behind your head. And again, elbows open wide. Deep breaths in and out. Ground down through your right or your left big toe mound and your left heel. Pull your right hip forward as you lift to bend back. And release your hands down. Straighten out your left leg. Fold over it. Again, toes fan back and just breathe. Give yourself the opportunity to be as present as you can. You know, it's in times of stress and times of challenge that we often are really quick to react. We're short fused. But you control all of that. So if you can train yourself to be a certain way, to live a certain lifestyle, a non-reactive lifestyle, then you can change anything. All right, shift forward. Hand rests down, left arm lifts, twist open. Breathe in and breathe out. And release your left hand down. Back toes curl under. Step back, high plank. And again, option to lower all the way or halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Downward facing dog, exhale. Breathe in and breathe out. All right, step your feet to the top of your mat. Lift halfway and fold. Stand all the way up, arms reach high. And take a side bend over to the right. So you can catch your left wrist as you bend to the right. And reach back up through center and over to the left. Just working to get into your own body. To get out of your head, to get out of your own way. Inhale, reach up, bend back, and fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, high plank. And lower down again, halfway or all the way. Breathe in, lift your chest, and exhale, downward facing dog. Just feel the heat that you're beginning to generate in your body. You know, we're practicing a very much transformative practice. You know, how you do anything is how you do everything. Step or hop to the top of your mat. Lift halfway and fold. Arms reach out and up, stand tall. Let's take your side bend to the right. And inhale, reach up. Side bend to the left. Inhale, reach up, bend back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, high plank. Lower down. Inhale, lift your breastbone, shoulders draw down. Curl your toes under, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right, at the bottom of your exhale, step your feet to the top of your mat. Lift halfway and fold. Arms reach out and up. Take your side bend to the right. Inhale, reach up and over to the left. Inhale, reach up, bend back, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, high plank, and lower. Inhale, lift your chest, and exhale, press back, down dog. Inhale, reach your right leg up into the air. And exhale, just step your right foot forward. Back heel remains lifted. Stand tall for crescent lunge. Find your center. Create a nice stable base for your pose. Back heel lifts as high as you can get it. Stack it over the ball of your back foot. Front knee stacks over your ankle. Take an open arm twist to the right. Left arm forward, right arm back. Inner thighs squeeze. Take your gaze over your back shoulder. Breathe in and breathe out. Come back through center. And let's open up warrior 2. Back heel plants, right arm forward, left arm back. And sink down so you feel your inner thighs. Get in there. Eyes are over your right fingers. Flip your right hand, reverse your warrior. Reach back. Breathe in. Breathe out. And exhale, windmill your hands down to your mat. Spin onto your back toes and take a twist. Right arm lifts. Back leg strong. Option to spin to the pinky toe edges of your feet if you choose to. And then you can draw your left hip down towards your mat if that feels good. High plank. Lower your right knee down. Side plank variation, left arm lifts. Ground down through the pinky toe edge of your left foot and reach up. And lift your left leg up. Press through your foot, through your heel. Lift your leg higher. Stay here or bend your knee and catch your foot or ankle. And if you catch your foot or ankle with your hand, kick your foot straight back. Sometimes it goes up. Adjust so it's straight back behind you. Look up past your left shoulder. Breathe deeply in and breathe out. Release your bind. Open back up. Sweep your arm over your ear. Get nice and long. Spin your chest up. High plank. Low plank. Inhale, up dog. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Left leg lifts. And step your left foot forward. Crescent lunge. Back heels lifted. 2 lanes of traffic is your best option for balance. Just making sure that the surface below you is, nice and level. Breathe in. Shoulders draw down. Pit of your belly pulls in and up. Let's open arm twist to the left. Right arm forward, left arm back. Gazes over your back shoulder. Inner thighs hug in to create stability in your pelvis. Come back through center. Crescent lunge. And open up warrior 2. Back heel plants. Arms are open. Make a nice straight line from fingertips to fingertips. Shoulder blades hug into your spine. And reverse your warrior. Left arm reaches back. Breathe in. And breathe out. And windmill your hands down to your mat. Spin onto your back toes. And take your twist. Left arm lifts. And again, option to spin to the pinky toe edges of your feet if that feels okay. Eyes are up, heart's open. And release your hand down, step back, high plank. Lower your left knee down. Spin onto the bottom of your right foot, side plank variation. Reach your arm up. Look up, ground down through the outer edge of your right foot. Breathe in, and then float your leg up. Press through the bottom of the foot, even though the leg's in the air. And then option to bend your knee, catch your foot. Kick straight back. Look up past your right shoulder. Breathe in and breathe out. Release your bind. Extend your arm over your ear. Lift your leg higher. High plank. And lower. Inhale. And exhale. Press back. Deep breaths in and out. Step your feet to the top of your mat. Lift halfway. And fold. Arms reach out and up. Stand tall. All right, clasp your hands behind your backs. Bring your feet hips distance apart. So about, 6 to 8 inches apart. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift your chest and your gaze. Now, if you have tight shoulders, feel free to put a towel or strap between your hands, just to give yourself some space to improve your mobility. Look up as you squeeze and fold forward. Pull your hands away from your low back. Let your head drop. Breathe in and breathe out. And gently release your hands down. Toe heel your feet together. And come on up to chair pose. Knees bend, hips drop, arms reach high. Pull the front of your pelvis up towards your belly button as you lift your chest. Wrap your right arm underneath your left for eagle arms. And then wrap your right leg over your left. You can always have your toes graze your mat or your block on the outside of your foot. That's it. Squeeze your legs together and draw your knees to the right. Lift your elbows and breathe in and breathe out. And release. Chair pose. Right back into chair. And let's go for the other side. Left arm under. If that's too much, you can grab elbow to elbow or shoulder to shoulder. And then left leg crosses over your right. Optional to take the foot around your calf. But squeeze everything in towards the center line of your body so that you can have the most stability possible, the most core engagement. And just set your eyes on stillness. It's creating this incredible focus. And release. Chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Separate your feet hips distance apart. Catch your two peace fingers, hook them around your big toes. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, fold. It's okay to bend your knees if you have tight hamstrings or tight low back. Elbows just bend out to the sides. Shake your head yes, and shake it no. And release your bind. Slide the palms of your hands under the bottoms of your feet so your toes touch your wrists. And lift halfway. And fold. Elbows bend. Again, let your head draw down. This time, press into your heels and pull your hips up. Even if your legs don't straighten, that's okay. Deep breaths in and out. Release your hands from under your feet. Toe heel your feet nice and wide. Turn your toes out. Press your elbows into your inner thigh, inner knee area. Shoulders pull back. And just close your eyes. Bring your attention inward. And then begin to shift your weight back. You can use your hands if you need to, just to sit down and bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees fall open wide. Sit up nice and tall. Hold your inner ankles, but big toes still push together. Lift your chest, lift your gaze. Lean forward, so hinge at your hips. And then once you feel like you've hinged as far as you can, then you can round your back and let your head drop down. You can press your elbows down onto your inner knee, inner thighs. And just take a couple deep breaths. We're getting into your low back, your hips, your psoas, large muscle in your hips, your pelvis. Wraps around the front, attaches to the base of the spine, so it's everywhere. And then sit up nice and tall. Belly in it, pulls in and up. Gently close your knees together. Roll onto your sit bones. Heels can stay on your mat. If you have a block, you can place it between your thighs. Not only does that add challenge, but it helps to create more stability in your core. So I generally always use a block. So feet are awake. Squeeze the block if you have it. If not, legs draw in. Spine lift. So if you find you're falling backwards or rounding, find as much extension as you can. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Work stability. It's not a lot of movement, more engagement. Working through your breath, through your shakes, through doubt, through question, through uncertainty. See what is possible when you stay with it. Slowly go all the way down. Stretch your arms over your head. Get nice and long. Rest your arms next to your sides. Plant your feet flat on your mat. Ankles under your knees. Feet hips distance apart. Bridge pose. Just ground down, lift up. Walk your shoulders underneath your backs. And press through your heels to lift your chest, to lift your hips. And release. And let's do another one, bridge pose. Ground down, lift up. And release. Hug your knees into your chest, rock a little bit side to side. And let's rock and roll forward and back. And rock your way to downward facing dog. You can rock and roll across your ankles, step back, high plank, and lower or just press right to down dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Child's pose. Bring your big toes together. And again, knees open wide. Just breathe in and breathe out. Come forward to your hands and your knees. And take your right arm and just reach it out and up to the right. Open up your chest and thread your right arm underneath your left side body. Lower to your right ear and cheek. And then left arm can straighten out in front of you or remain bent next to you. Find that sweet spot on the back of your right shoulder. And then you can choose to step your left foot back if you'd like to. And breathe in and breathe out. Gently release your knee down. You can bring your left hand back down by your face. Press down, reach your right arm up, unthread. And then reach your right arm forward and extend your left leg back behind you, spinal balance. Breathe in, belly still draws in and up. And exhale, crunch elbow to knee, round your back. Extend long and crunch. Extend long. One more crunch. Extend long. Stay here or bend your left knee. Catch your left foot with your right hand. Gazes up past your right shoulder as you lift your knee and kick your foot into your hand. And release. All right, other side. Left arm reaches out and up. And thread it under. Lower to your left ear and cheek. Adjust your right arm, taking the variation of your choice. Same with your leg. If you choose to float it, you're welcome to. Just breathe in and breathe out. We're working to just stretch the back of your shoulder, your upper back. And release your knee down. You can bring your right hand back down if it's not by your face. Press into it, unthread. And then reach forward. Right leg back. Breathe in. And then crunch, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch and round. Inhale, extend one more, crunch and round. Extend. Bend your knee, catch your foot. Again, if your knee's down, that's okay. Just lift up. Kick back. Peel your left shoulder back. Breathe in. And breathe out. And release. Round your back, tuck your chin. Drop your belly, shoulders roll back. Look up. Curl your toes under. Press your hips back. Downward facing dog. Breathe in and breathe out. All right, right leg lifts up. Bend your knee, open your hip. This time you can stay here or you can pivot your left foot and flip your dog. And if you flip, lower your hips, tap your hand just between your legs on your mat. And then inhale, ground down, lift back up. And exhale, sit and tap. Lift up. Drop down. And lift up. Stay up. Lift your pelvis. If you have your wheel, you're welcome to take it. And flip back over, three-legged dog. And step forward, crescent lunge. Reach up. Find your balance, find your center. And airplane your arms back. Let your belly hover over your thigh. Feel your left hip pull down towards your mat. Shoulder blades draw in so you have a little back bend in your chest. And when you are ready, root into your right big toe mound, into your right heel, and press off. Airplane pose. Dekasana. That's it. Lift your back leg even higher. Foot's awake. Bring your hands to heart center. Dip your chest down. Reach for your mat or your block for half moon. Right hip tips open. Left arm reaches high. Left leg lifts high. As you root through the inner edge of your standing foot, take your gaze up past your left fingers. Start to soften your right knee. Keep your left leg active, left arm up. Step your left foot to the back of your mat. Warrior two. And lift up. Straighten out your right leg. And find your way into your triangle. Again, grabbing your block if you need it. Root down through both feet evenly, left arms in the air. And press your pelvis towards your left wall. Just work so that you feel a stretch if you happen to be looking at the TV or the computer. Right about here. So it can be pulling your left hip back. It can be pulling your torso back. And breathe in. And breathe out. Exhale, lower your left hand down. You may need both your blocks for this. And hop your back foot about halfway forward. Level out your hips. We're going right into a revolved triangle. Left hand stays down, left hip down. Right arm reaches high. Shoulders stack. Let the twist happen more through your mid to upper thoracic spine. Mid to upper back. Look up. And fold over your right leg. Pyramid pose. You can catch blocks. You can catch water bottles, pillows, whatever you have. We can make anything work. Walk your hands forward, whether they're on blocks or your mat. Left leg lifts, standing splits. If you have a handstand, you're always welcome to play. We'll be here for about 10 more breaths. You can catch an ankle if you're not handstand hopping. And just be playful, be fun. Never take life too seriously. When we take things too seriously, we completely miss out. Chair pose. Chair pose. Sit down. That's it. Bring your hands to heart center. Prayer twist to the right, left tricep to right thigh. Press your hands together and pull your left hip back. Gazes up past your right shoulder. You can stay like this, or you can open up your arms. You choose. Sit lower. Side crow is an option. Come back through center. Chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Separate your feet, hips distance. And again, let's go for another gorilla. Palms of your hands slide under the bottoms of your feet so your toes touch your wrists. Lift halfway and fold. And apply pressure this time. Like put some weight into your hands. Don't be scared to. And release your hands from underneath your feet. Toe heel your feet together. Lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back, high plank. Stay there. Side plank, right hand down. Option to lower your knee if you choose to. Lift your hips, lift your gaze, reach up. Lift up. High plank. Low plank to high plank. Other side plank. Again, your choice of variation. Lift up and squeeze. Lift your top leg. High plank. Low plank. Up dog. Down dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Left leg lifts. Bend your knee, open your hip. Option to stay here or flip. And if you flipped, drop your hips down, tap the floor, and then lift back up. Draw down, tap, and lift back up. One more time. Draw down and tap. Lift up and hold. Hold it here again. If you have your wheel, you can go there. Breathe in. Flip back over. Three-legged dog. Step forward. Crescent lunge. And just again, always find your center. Root firmly through your feet. You know, you set your focus on what you want to have happen right in this moment because that's all we can control. That's all we control. All right, let's airplane your arms back. Assume the position. Root through your left foot. When you are ready, press off into your airplane. Your toes can always graze your mat. You can always use a wall. Honor your body. That's all we're here to do. We're here to honor. Hands to heart center. And start to dip down. Find your block or your mat for your half moon. Right hip tips open. Right arm reaches high. Look up. Lift up. Start to bend your left knee as you step your right foot to the back of your mat. Standing up tall, warrior two. And straighten out your left leg. And take it into your triangle. Grab your block if you need it. Every day is different. Press your pelvis towards the right. Breathe in. Breathe out. Ujjayi breath. Victorious breathing. Full, active, powerful breaths. You know, we're just looking to discover something new. Exhale, release your hand down. And hop your back foot about halfway forward. Set up for your revolve triangle. Right hand's down, left arm reaches up. Extend the crown of your head forward, get long. That's it. Fold over your left leg. Adjust your hips, your feet if you need to. Level them out. Root through both big toes, both heels. Do what you can to soften, to soften around the edge that is sometimes presented. Standing splits. You can use your blocks or your hands. And just lift up. Again, option to hop. Handstand hop. And breathe in and breathe out. All right, chair pose. Sit right into it. Hands to heart center. Prayer twist to the left. Right tricep to your left thigh. Breathe in and lengthen. Pull your right hip back the best you can. You can stay here. You can open your arms. You can find your side crow. Be fearless. Do you. And back through center. Chair pose. And exhale, fold forward. All right, Bakasana, crow pose, or high plank, you choose. Crow pose, plant your hands about a half a foot in front of your feet. Press into your hands, knees press into the backs of your triceps. Eyes are forward, bellies and hips up. Tip forward and just float your feet up. Squeeze your hips towards your heels. Chaturanga. Inhale and exhale. From downward facing dog, come forward, high plank. And slowly lower all the way down to your bellies. And just pick a cheek to rest on. And just feel your heartbeat. Feel your breath. All right. Let's bring your forehead to your mat. We'll start off with your arms next to your sides. Palms face down. Belly button draws in and up. Glutes active. Let's float everything up off the mat. Breathe in, get nice and long. Lift your chest, lift your arms, lift your legs, squeeze every. And exhale, release. Switch cheeks. All right. Face down. Arms open to a T. Or goalpost. Forehead to your mat when you're ready. Same thing. Locust pose with the arms out. Float everything up. Float it all up. Breathe in, get long. Lift higher. Lift even higher. And release. All right, one more. Reach your arms out in front of you. Thumbs in or thumbs up, your choice. And when you are ready, float everything up off of the mat. Float it all up, breathing, get longer, lift higher. That's it, lift even higher and release. Bend your knees, windshield wiper your legs side to side. And then let's take a cobra or an up dog. You choose, whichever one you're feeling. And downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, bring your right knee to your right wrist for pigeon. Left leg extends back behind you. You can prop yourself up on a block if you need to. You can also take this recline. So if this face down doesn't feel good on your knee or your hip, land to your back. And you can cross your ankle over your thigh knee, right ankle's on top, and pull your left leg in towards you. Just make sure your feet are awake so your knees are protected. Close your eyes and just soften. Breathe in and breathe out. And just make little adjustments as you need to. It's part of honoring your body. And let's walk your hands back up, sitting tall. Swing your back leg around to the front of your mat. If you're on your back, just rock your way up to seated. Sole of your right foot rests on your left inner thigh. Inhale, reach your arms out and up. And exhale, fold. Catch your foot, catch your ankle. And just let yourself fold. And sit up nice and tall. Step your left foot just outside your right thigh. Right knee stays bent, although option to straighten the leg if this bothers your right knee at all. For a spinal twist to the left. Plant your left hand behind your hip. Right arm reaches high. And take your twist. And you can push your left leg into your right arm as you look over your left shoulder. Breathe in to lengthen. And then twist just a little bit deeper. And come back through center, counter twist to the right. And find your way either onto your back or into downward facing dog for pigeon on the other side. And when you're ready, you can just come right into it. Left knee to left wrist, or your left ankle crosses over your right knee. And then just let yourself melt right into it. And come back to your breath. Do your best to let go of any negativity in your life. It's negative thoughts, it's negative feelings, negative assumptions, negative judgments. Let them all go. Let them all go. Despite what we are all going through now, find the positive. There's always a positive. There's always something to learn. And there's a way for us to grow. And walk your hands back up, sitting tall. Swing your back leg around to the front of your mat, or if you're on your back, again, rock up to seated. Right leg's out this time. And reach up and fold forward. Catch your foot, catch your ankle. Work to lengthen your spine and then fold. Head and chest draw down. And you can close your eyes and just feel. Do your best to just be in the now, in the moment. We all need time for us, and whether you're doing this live or doing this later on, you're taking care of yourself by putting aside time to do you so that you can be a better friend, a better parent, a better sibling, a better child, whatever it may be, a better employee. The more connected you are with yourself, the better everything else around us is. And sit up nice and tall. And this time, step your right foot outside your left thigh. And twist to the right. Right hand plants behind your right hip. Left forearm or tricep to right thigh. Breathe in, lengthen shoulders back. Look over your right shoulder. Breathe in and breathe out. And counter twist over to the left. And extend both legs out in front of you. And shake them out. Make sure you feel your sit bones below you. Reach your arms out and up. And exhale, fold forward. Catch your feet, catch your ankles, whatever you can reach. Lengthen your spine and fold. Breathe in and breathe out. And sit up nice and tall. Plant your hands behind your hips. Bend your knees. Plant your feet flat. Fingers face your hips. Reverse tabletop. Ground down and just tuck under. Your head can fall back if that feels okay. If not, just keep your neck neutral like I am. Release your hips down. Lay onto your backs. And hug your knees into your chest. And then either just take your legs straight up. You can place a block under your back if you choose to. You can lift into a shoulder stand or a plow. About 15 breaths. Just inverting, reversing what we do most of the day. Promoting rest and relaxation. As we begin this process of unwinding from the day, of finishing it out. Strong, present, and grounded. And then just slowly lower down. You can unroll or just lower your legs. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open up, exhale. One more deep breath in. Open mouth, let it out. Savasana. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. And wiggle your fingers and your toes, bringing awareness back into your bodies. Stretch your arms up over your head. And hug your knees into your chest. And just roll to your right side. And take this moment, honor your practice, honor the time that you took out of your day, and the motivation that you have to do this at home. It's not always easy. But for now, it's our new normal. Gently press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Hands to heart center, eyes remain closed. Repeat to yourself what you're grateful for. Thanks for joining me. Let's float your thumb knuckles up to your third eye. Forward center, invite light, love, and peace in. Namaste. Have a wonderful night, guys. Thanks again for tuning in, and there will be more stuff uploaded, and just continue to check my website for a weekly class schedule of what times I'll be live. So have a wonderful night. Stay healthy.